X, but I want to show you why the difference in when you're trading long trades off the daily and the percentages. The difference, the first thing is these are for 20, like I said, I would use a 20x to a 30x, but nothing more than a 30x when you do these type of plays. Now let me show you what STX would be, a little more of a breakdown of what we're seeing here. So notice right here on the daily, we had a drop right here in the daily, right? I'm going to mark this RSI real quick right here. I'm going to put that drop in there, right? And this is to basically just let me know where we are on the drop and how you should have played this with your RSIs, right? And I'll put this over here. This is another drop here. Okay, and another drop here. All right, I'm gonna put that in there. Now I'm gonna rotate over to the 4 hour, because when you enter on the, actually that's the wrong side. When you enter on, I was doing shorts for some reason. All right, let's move. So this is when the RSI is at going up, right? So going up there, I've been shorting so much, that's all I do. Okay, so short right there, and then boom right here, right? Or actually right here. Okay, so there you go. Now, where you would close these deals, right? You enter on the daily, you close on the 4 hour. And you just set an alarm by hitting a right click here. RSI, you just hit it, and then when they cross, you get an alert. It tells you when it crosses. Very simple. All right, so now let's go look at what would happen on the daily with our entries, right? So here's the very first entry. Let me slide down over here. So here's your daily you would have entered, right? Let's open up this chart. Here's your daily you would have entered here, and then on the trend, right? Here's your trend. Here's your daily RSI. Remember, the daily RSI is where you enter on, but you enter on the red or the trend of the 4 hour. Okay. You enter a trade based on the RSI on the daily, and you enter it. So if you want to go long, the daily has to be bottomed out heading up. The trend on the 4 hour is where you enter and close the trade, right? So here we know the daily is going up right here. So then I would go look at my 4 hour, and I would wait until the 4 hour became a green trend, which is right here. So that's my trade. I would enter at 20 cents, 21 cents. Then I hold that trade the entire time until it becomes a red trend, which happened right here. So then I would have sold right here at this point, right? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark this RSI, but I'm going to make this red because those are the sells, okay? Just so we know, right? Now, moving forward, because the RSI is still continuing up here, and we have right here where the red moon goes here, right? Or the red trend goes back from red to green, it turns green, and then we have a re-enter from here to here, okay? Then another one from here to here. These are the entries, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is mark this trade right here so that we can also see what we have as far as like movements, right? But that's how you do the trade. So when you get in the trade, you stay in, and when you get out of the trade, you would then go look at your daily, right? So let's take a look at this red trade, and let's say I'm gonna put a mark here when this red trade became green again, which is right here, okay? So here's where we closed, here's where we entered. Let's go look at the daily. And remember, there we go. All right. Here's where we entered. Here's where we closed, okay? Here's where we re-entered, right? Notice the re-entry also came after the daily bounced, which basically right here when the daily bounced, you should have been looking to re-enter, which would have been this candle right here. That's how it is right there. You would have been looking to re-enter right there. And then every time this started to go down and there was another entry, you would, as soon as the daily started to bounce, you would go look for another re-entry on your 4 hour trend, right? And that's how it works. Get it? Enter on the bounce on the trend. The red trend changes, right? Now, when this goes down and it bounces, right? Because it's going down. Now, if this was continued up and the red trend went to red and then it went to green and this was still going up, then you would get back in because of the green trend, right? Now we go here and we see the bounces happening, right? It means it's pushing up, right? We would go look for the green trend, and we would enter. And then right here, once we see this bounce starting to come down, we're probably already out of this trade on the red trend, but when it bounces, we would go find the green trend again. And then here we would get out again, and then boom is where we hit this one right here. So let's go back to the 4 hour. And that's pretty much how easy that shit is. I mean, I don't, you know, maybe we should do more of these. Maybe I should just call these trades out, man. But this is how you do it, right? So here we have another entry. This is where it bounces, and then we would come here, and lo and behold, we have a green trend right here already. So we would enter right here, and that would be our trade. And we would run this trade until it hits here, and then we would sell. And then here we go. The daily goes green again. We look for the green trend, what happens to be right here, and we enter, and we ride that out. And now we're riding this entire trend to infinity and beyond, and to here, right? And now it's starting to head back down. And what is it doing? Now that it's heading down right here at the end of this, let's go look at the last daily candle. Where does it pop up next? The last time it pops up is right here. Now let's go back to the 4 hour. Right here, we find a green trend. There's the green trend. There's the pop. There's the buy. You're entered right here. And now you're riding this trend until it goes red. And that's where you actually should have got in on STX on the 4 hour. You should have bought in right here at 76 cents, and you should be holding this entire time. There's a full video and a breakdown of how that's done. Just explaining the same thing I explained in the other videos on how to do longs. It is that easy.